that.
Coach, not the results we wanted. What are the positives we can take from this match?
Disappointed that we didn't get the 3 points. I don't think it was a difficult match, but we made ourselves, very, very difficult. The way we started the game, started slow, allowed them. The strategy was to try, put pressure on them in their own half. As their team, it's a young team. You don't give them time and space on the ball, which, the first 20 minutes or so, we did not do that, allowed them to come in our half. Although they came in our half, I don't think there was something special like creating chances. I think we could deal with that. But we started very, very slow. And yes, after maybe 15-20 minutes or so from transition, we looked okay. We looked okay going forward, although not sharp enough, especially in that final third. Second half, we said, let's try to take the game to them and play a little bit more, 70% in their own half, which I think it was okay. We started okay, taking the game to them with Pele, also with the introduction of Mashasela in the midfield. We managed not to get into those final third, but I think our decision making also made us, we're not at our best. And the games like this, that's how it is. You think you're okay, everything is fine, you're trying to look for a goal, something happened, it's a penalty. I don't know how it came, but I hope maybe it's something that is real, because those things decide also when it comes to the match itself. So, yeah, I'm very disappointed with the results.
Coach, you're speaking about not being sharp enough in the final third. Obviously, this is something that you have also spoke about before. I remember when you played Chiefs, you had a good game, but obviously didn't take the chances. Would you say this has been the main issue that has prompted inconsistency throughout the season in the results?
Yeah, you're spot on. It's one of the things. You must remember that we did not sign any player. And these are the players that we have. These are the only players that we have. And if you look at our team and you look at the previous seasons and you check how many players, were seasoned players that played each and every, you find that it's only Matlaba. Maybe a bit of Mashasela, but there are not many of them. So we have most of the players that, could play 1 game, 2 games, 3 games after that. They're not used. Most of them not used, to play 23, 24, 25 games or so. So when you have players, because these players, most of the players that we have is players that used to come in as a sub, they come in, maybe they play 2 games after that, they disappear, they come back again. Now, to make them, playing week in, week out, I think maybe that's why, we have been inconsistency, in so many games. And again, when you have whatever you have, you just try to work on it and try, if on the day they are, is on a top form, then he gives you what he wants. You understand? But it's really hard, especially the ban. We can start, feeling it now that you see, especially with the players, that we have that, they were not seasoned players, but that's how it is. There's nothing we can do. We still have to. That's why maybe you said most of the time I've said the same thing, because we do the training. That's what we have. At training sometimes we look okay, comes game, remember it's a different story, it becomes a problem. So what can we do? We continue working and try make sure that, save the team so that the team is safe.
Coach, the last time I spoke to you after the Pirates game, you said that when you look at the log, you don't really focus about relegation, you look at getting into the top 8, and obviously you're a couple of points away from the top 8, but you're also 6 points away from the playoff spots. With looking at the games that are left as well, having the double header with Sundowns after this, are you perhaps feeling a little bit worried about the form of the team in the last couple of games going into the last 4 games of the season?
It's obvious. You always worry about, if the team is not in the form as a coach. You worry about that. You worry about those kind of situations. But it's football. It is football. People maybe thought that it's just going to be walkover on what is this? Spurs, Cape Town Spurs, but it's football. Who knows? We go to Sundowns. It's football. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So I'm still saying we're not worried about, not thinking about relegation. I still don't think about that. I don't think, this is the team that can be not at our best, but we cannot go down. I still say that. It's still in our hands.
Coach, in terms of tactical formation, what we've noticed, when your guys up front the attack, the guys on the midfield, it takes time to adjust and they add numbers there. And even if they add numbers, there's a big hole on the middle. Or eventually when the opponent will win the ball, they throw it back to where it is. That's the first point that you normally notice. You saw the George take them on, but these guys who are supposed to be tactically more on the ground, they are not doing enough. And the second point is that they are not clinically on the final third. Yeah, if you check on the first half here, you should have scored 2 goals. But on the clinical aspect, they were not that sharp. How can you do damage control, or not to say damage control? How can you try and rectify it?
Yeah, it's just to have the right attitude, but you must remember that the way we play, if one fullback is gone, because we want to have a balance. You have to have a balance with 5 going to attack, with 5, maybe what you're saying, it's maybe for us at least to push a little bit, but it's not necessarily that everyone else must be in the box, because immediately that also they win the ball, you're also worried about, the counter-attack, especially you play, most of the team, they use more of counter-attacks, especially when, transition from defense to attack. So you make sure that you have the balance. Your fullback is gone, you must have a rest defense that is prepared that if anything happens, in that area, they can be able to deal with that. Yes, not clinical enough, where I think George, but it's football. The other day you find the scores. Unfortunately, that when the striker don't score, they blame the coach.
Coach, what now becomes the main objective? You say you will set your sights on, obviously, with Sundowns, 2 games remaining in last one.
Still have 4 games. 4 games. You still have 2. Sundowns twice. Then we're playing cheaper here, and we're playing Swallows. That's why I say still in our hands. Swallows played 27 games today, I think so. So it's still in our hands.
Feeling hopeful, Coach?
Yeah, we have to. Always try to think positive. Thank you very much.